Hello everyone, it's Tessanne and we're doing another Banished Megamod 0.07 new player series. We're going to take off where we left off last time and load it up. Again, that picture there is the base game. Well, once again, we're not where we're supposed to be. So they're moving along, building that. And we're getting the little town going there. Food is still bad, but we have all of this coming in. And we can also continue these down the line. So let's do that. Let's put 10 by 10. Let's do it this way so I can see better. By 10, and so there's not enough room, so that's a good place for storage and houses. So let's put houses this way. Let's do these are 3 stories, and so you have first floor, second floor, and third floor. And this is farming, so let's do green. So you have to be able to have, like, there's the road, and there's perfect. So you have to be able to have one line for the third story and one line on the other side for the second story. So green for the second story goes on this side, and the third story goes on this side. And it looks like we're only going to have enough room for 2. So let's see if we can put... No, it's not going to fit. So we'll put... Let's put a little Nordic house. Oh, look, it fits perfect. Good call. Let's see. This one looks good. I like the little plain one. And then, let's see what kind of storage we can put. Can we put a regular barn? No, not enough room. So maybe we should just put houses. We'll put the little teeny house here if it'll fit. And it will not. Goodness. Tiny shack. Fit there and there. So that'll have to do. And it looks like we can get one more crop. And 15. No, we'll only be able to get 1. So let's, they still haven't cleaned up that road. Remember that road from last episode? So let's see if we can make someone come do it. cooperating. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Thank you, sir. Now let's put a crop there. Let's do the crop on this side. 10. And then I don't think we'll be able to do that house. So one there. Oh, look at that. And one there. And then maybe a small barn, maybe? Look at that. So this is barn storage, and that's 6,000. So there we go. And maybe we can do one house this way. Not that one. So maybe this one. Looky there. And then we'll do some trees. We'll let that clear out so we can see what we're doing. See how our little thing is going here, and we are still on 5, which is good. And so we got our little storages going. And they're already putting stuff in it, which means, no, that one's not full. They should be focusing on putting vegetables in there. So we're doing good in terms of storage, keeping up where, oh look, oh this is wonderful because now our town hall is open. I've always wished I could make this smaller, but you can't. But our town hall is done, our hospital is done, and our mega church is done. So let's put someone in the mega church and someone in the hospital. And if anybody gets sick, then there's the hospital, and there is, so we have, look at that, we've caught up on clothes, we're good, 150 to 60. Now, I wonder, we have an herbalist, but I don't think we put an herbalist here, so let's do that, which that's going to be under town services, hospital, and small town herbalist. You get that there, and then we're going to need to do that again in this one. So let's go ahead and put that. And did we put, I don't think we put I don't think we put, let's wait for that to build in. And then let's see how we're going. Oh, looky there. They build it out for us. I don't know what it is about this. They love to build it. And let's go ahead. We only have 2 laborers, but we have 11 builders. And look at that. It's down to 85. They're just knocking them out. So what we're going to do is go back to theme sets and the water, and we need to put storage. So we'll put a large storage building here. But let's run it all the way up like that. And then we'll duplicate that on the other side because it fits perfect, which is nice. And then on this side, we'll put reed farm. And let's put 6. So if you look, it has a little stair, and it bucks up against let's go closer. It bucks up against the dock. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on this side, we'll switch to here, and we'll put a large house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can't I see it? So we'll go here. That's pretty good. I think we could put one more house. So we'll go back to themes, water, house, and we'll put one more house. Then we'll put a school. How does that go? I think it goes that way. We'll put a school. We'll put a dock market, which is like the big market. And then we'll put an herb grower. And we want to put fishing person right here before we run out of room. And then you can see a fishing circle. You might not be able to see it. No, you can see it. There you go. So we should be able to put one down here, one down here. If anything, just build a small dock off here and then put one here. Let's try that. them both. And we still should be able to put one here. Let's do it there so that it overlaps. Oh shoot, I think I placed it. I did. You know it wants to go about it. Perfect. They're not really conflicting with each other, and that gives us 3. And then we'll build this side out this way. And while we're messing around over here, the other side is their building, and we'll go check on it in a minute. Once you get this built out, it's one of my favorite things about the Megamod is this dock area. And I was pleased when I found this map seed because it had this enclosed pond where normally ships cross through them, and then it gets all clustered up. We'll let them. We're not paused, are we? No. And then all of the infrastructure to, oh, there's their little house. Let's see if it ends up that that's who's living in that house. Builder and student, so no. How sad. Later on they'll adjust. And what's nice about finally having the town hall finished, which is here, so I can look here at all my professions and I can always be able to tell if I have enough. Like I should have 8 farmers, I do. It tells you how many locations there are and how many jobs are available and how many I have in that job. So I can scroll down, like I should have an ale winch, but I don't want to put her in there yet because we're not producing any alcohol and we're not producing any tobacco products. So I don't want to waste an employee just yet. I'll wait until we're producing those items. And then, oh, that reminds me, I need to put down apiaries, but here's 2 locations, 2 jobs, 2 people, and that's blacksmith. And then we need to put down another butcher because we have a beef butcher, but we also have venison, so we need to put down a venison butcher. So I'll do that in a moment. I have 3 churches, 2 clerics, so I need to put that 3rd one on. We have 4, so that's okay. And so you can keep track. Now look at this. I had 9 forester jobs, but only 3 people. So this arrow right here will let me look. So here's my first forester, and then it's the dense tree shack. So we need to put one there so that we can always just keep grabbing that wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Whoops, it's not gonna let me. So let's see the other location. So yeah, this is the new location. So to help me out here, I can drop this down to 2 for now, and drop this one down to 2 for now. And then that's 2, 4, 5. And it'll let me get one in there without taking all my people. So I'll run that down to, let's take it to 8, and that gives me 4 people. So I got my town tithe barn here, over here. Got a graveyard, the church, hospital, and my town hall, which I keep open right here so that I can keep track and check of all the people working in my thing, in all my different entities and buildings. And there we go. Our second line of food production is opened up. Now I don't have enough laborers to put in these just yet. So what I can do is I can keep building them out, and then as I have villagers and townspeople to fill them, they will. And see, they built this out because it was done first before I laid down this third crossroad town. So it looks like they've got 2 more to go there and 1 here, and then they'll build. But I can force them to begin, and I want to do it with the houses. So I'm going to have them build that, and I'm going to ask them to build it by increasing priority. Somebody died of starvation, which I knew was going to happen. So I'm trying to decide which would be better. I think it would be better just to start repeating the crops. Bean and cabbage, I think, seem more hardy. And then I'm going to take this down to 6. Somebody died of old age. Take that down to 6, and here is another I'm going to put this up so that you can see. Look at that. There was somebody there. He must have died. All he caught. I mean, he'll do bear, boar, partridge, goose, duck, and bison. That's a school, and we don't need that. And we wanted them to switch over to building these houses. I'm going to leave it alone because we're going to run out of food. And so it's early summer, and maybe, see, they just really like to build this, but look at it so far. It's just going to be pretty. And then the barn, the storage is building up, and then I'm hoping that the fish will build up. And then in preparation for the fish, under food production on the second level, so this is your first level of food production. Now we need to put an apiary that will give us beeswax, and it looks like it might fit right here. So let's go ahead. Yes, it will. Let's go ahead and put an apiary. And that will be food. And then this is, like I said, your first level of food production. And this is your second level. And what we can put now is, I want the food right here, medieval drying rack. And we want to put that over here so we can start drying fish when fish production comes up. And I think I should, oh, it's not going to fit. Look at that. There we go. And it won't fit there. And it won't fit here. So we can only put one there. But we can put one here. What is there? Oh, that's the town tithe barn. That is all right. See here, every once in a while you have someone that will do this. She'll go out on there and she's going to starve to death unless somebody finishes, but they're not going to. So she's going to starve to death, and she's going to because she doesn't have a house, so she can't eat, and I can't control her, so she's gonna die. She's not educated. Maybe that explains why she was there. And we got our first reed farm, because it's one step closer to getting our production going for trading. Let's see if, again, herdsman. Why is a herdsman all the way over here? So we need to put a little house right here, and maybe the herdsman will move in there. And then we also need to do a venison butcher. So let's find a little place right here. So we go to food and butcher, and then we have the cow butcher. Let's put a deer butcher right there. And see if we can find how much venison we have. Oh, we can, because now that we have the town hall, we can also see our inventory. So we want venison. We have 0, which is kind of strange because we have 2 hunters. And there is we have 3 people, so we need to put one of those, because our town is half down on health, so they're not going to the herb mender, the herbalist. And we also should have, there it is. Let's see. So this one has hare, fur, and leather, and onions. And this one has hare, partridge, goose, onions, and bear. And onions are good because eventually when we start making soups, we'll need onions. But look right there. You got 400 venison. Yeah, there's, oh, I closed my, so we got old age and starvation deaths. And I closed my town hall again. And still no venison. 100. The it. So what our town hall will do is give us a basic overview where we can keep track of our laborers and builders and different disciplines, and it keeps up with population, tells us our inventory. You can see graphs, and we're doing pretty good. You can see we're staying steady and not letting things get out of control. And so sometimes you'll see those graphs peak, but we've maintained a steady deal. And then nomads, like I said, in my other game that I'm playing, I haven't got any nomads. If we have that problem in this iteration of this series, we'll put down a nomad well, and nomads will come in that way. And then this is our trade items, and these are what we started with. We started with cabbage, beans, and Brussels sprouts, apples, cherry, peppers, and peach, and we started with cows. And so as we purchase, these are all things that we'll be able to purchase from merchants when we start our merchants. Look, they're cold. So we're going to start having people freeze to death. So our people are starting to overtake what we're producing. So we need to focus in on that. So we put down that dense tree shack. So let's see if we can get them to where did it go in? There it is. So what we'll do is we'll go to chop down, and we'll have them chop all that down, and then we'll make it a priority. So everyone, it's winter, so everyone who has a summer job, look, they picked up all the food. So now people should start moving over here and chopping these trees down. And it's just in time, nobody froze to death. So you start having crises occur that can wipe out your town, and we have managed to just avoid crises. Like we barely have any, we just have a little bit of food. We have no firewood. So that means that we need to make sure, what do we have, 10 laborers. So sometimes when all of a sudden you have a bunch of laborers, you need to make sure that your teacher didn't die. So you can scroll down, because we did have people starve to death and die of old age. So our teacher, look at that, we should have 2 teachers. So that means we're going to have 10 uneducated people running around. So let's get that teacher back in there. And then let's look at our schools. So Tanner, Taylor, teacher. So there is 12 students. We have 17 children and 12 students. So they're all right there. So let's look at our other school. 0 students. And here we go. They're still cold. So where is the forester? Do we have one? Let's see. There's the forester there. So we need to put the forester on this side. And we have 10 people. So let's take that up to 3. Let's increase that to 3. Actually 4. See, the problem is there's not enough wood being produced. forester. 3, 4. Oh. You might consider moving this. No, it's not going to hurt anything. Let's see what the forester did. Yeah, we're going to need to move that. So I'm going to go ahead and tell them to tear it down because it's interfering with this forester's ability to plant trees. He's already losing a little bit because of this mountain right there. So let's go down here and put up a forester. So we're not keeping up with our needs. Forester. Here we go. And so somebody died in childbirth. We need to do a wood. Four by 6. Then we need to do a wood cutter. And then go back and do a fuel stockpile. I'm sorry, excuse me. So we need to do a wood cutter, and let's do 2, and let's increase it. And then let's go down to our wood cutters, go to each one, no sawmill. And that's the second sawmill. Let's send them out to work. Two out of 2. Let's increase this to 2. And then we have a third being built. We can close all these now because we've got the next. Let's go look at the fisheries. And we have 0. Let's at least get 1 laborer. I wonder why they haven't finished that. And see, look at that person using that. That's going to be a vendor, which we've got another one of those coming. I want them to finish this right here so we don't have another person starve to death. And I'm not ready to open up my trading. I wonder if I put another mine here, if it would it's still not reaching the houses. What if I put another one? And it's still not reaching the houses, so I could put 2 more. makes that look funny. Let me see. Let's adjust it. So, all things to do with mining, basic mining, are next to, let's close it, are here under resource production. And so we have forestry, and this is ores and minerals. So this is everything to do with, you could put a regular mine like that, that's big. I think it takes 16 people. And then you can do a copper mine, a tin mine, and this is stone and salt and iron and coal. But I found this little tiny mine, and I think it's better. Mostly because it eliminates one step by they mine iron directly. So this is hare, and boar, and partridge. So we could put up butchers for boar, partridge, but and the different foods. We need to get them to pick up this food. And we're still doing good on storage, which is good. We could put a row of houses here in preparation for when we put employees, workers in there. But you look, we have 31 families and 54 homes. So we have more homes than families. Oh, wonderful, look. So we can get fish. So we'll drop this down and we'll put one employee in here. I'm sorry, excuse me. And that way we'll get fish coming in as food. And these will hold 4 fishermen. I'm going to close that. And this one's not built yet. And they still haven't built this area. So I know I started there. Yeah, see? And he needs a place to store said fish. So we'll go themed here, here, here. There we go. And I don't have the people yet, but I do have, I can make 2 people there. Get more fish coming in. Have they picked up that veggies yet? Yes. So just in time for, we can do more cherry, peach. And we only have 44 things being built. So I'm going to take this down to 1 builder and do these 3 farmers because we need the food. And it looks like 4 because 1 died or something. And then our farmers is 13 out of 13. So we can put another layer. So I can put 1 more of each of those, and then we can put 2 more. Goes so fast. We're already at 46 minutes. 10 by 10 on crops and 10 by 10 on orchard. And then let's put a road here if we can see. Pin it, maybe we can. No, see, it went away. It's still cold. Oh, we need to move that dense tree forest. Perhaps we can put it here since we can't put any more things here. Let's see what happens. Forestry, forest, dense tree. It would get quite a bit of wood, so that might be a good place for it. He's having to go an awful long way to take his fish, isn't he? Build that up for him. Let's go ahead and remove this bit of road. That little house is finished, so there's bad. That's because we have more houses than people, and so they end up not becoming a couple. So we need to make sure we don't build any more houses. And it's summer, so nobody can do that. Let's do cabbage. And pick up, and then we'll put one in there. We have 4,000 food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split my cows. And I'm going to do beef cows. And I'm going to empty. So all of these cows will move over to here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go work, and that will free up that worker. And then later I can switch this to something coming in when we get our merchant production going. Somebody died of a weak heart. Beatrice the brewer has died of a weak heart. And somebody here died of old age. And so we're doing pretty good if we look at graphs of staying pretty steady. But look here, we're at 16 years already. So all the cows moved over, they're no longer here. So I'm going to take that off of work. And so they're all over here. So that's 20 cows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this cows, put a worker, and then split this. Where are you going? Oh, are you going back over here? There they went there. So now there's 10 and 10. And what happens now is they'll increase. We won't produce any more beef, but we've got 1,000 beef, so we're good. And then they'll double. Your butcher's almost built. Let's see what kind that we're getting. See? So we're taking one cut of beef and we're quadrupling it. And so we have making more food. So you've got to constantly be taking your base food and processing it up. Look, we lost our fella here. Let's put that up there to remind us. There we go. So we have our complete thing up. Alrighty. So it looks like we're pretty good. The only problem we still have is we're cold. And we just got to get them to get more wood. Then there's that forester lodge. That'll be 4 more, except we don't have any people. We haven't had a mass die-off, but we've been maintaining. But we need more people. We're getting ready to have a couple die. Look, right there is one. They'll be able to move into the too many houses that we have. 57 of 30 families. So the houses and the, I've had somebody tagged before and watched them go from a farmer to a builder to a butcher to a just rapidly succession, changing. The game moves them around. Speaking of which, did that person vendor? So he is where he's supposed to be finally. See? He's right by his work, which is a good thing. So he can go directly to his house and eat and whatever, and then work. And now I have these built up. These are overflows. When nomads come or people outgrow their houses. So we've got one laborer. So let's put them back. Nope. So if he didn't go there, that means our hunters are off. So let's look at our hunters. See, we have 9 of 12 in 6 places. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's there. So what did he get? Look at all of that. So it's worth it to put this little thing up because look how much food they get. So you've got pheasant, goose, partridge. So on the next episode, we're going to go into theme sets and in here and build. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So probably we'll need to build 8 butchers using this butcher tent, and then that will double up that, and it might be to our benefit to build a couple of them right by here. But we've reached the 1 hour mark, so we're going to go ahead, and we know what we're going to do next time. We're going to open up our merchant, try and get people in here to make reeds, and we need to open back up our other, look at that, 6 people are going to church. But we know what we're going to do next time. We need to focus on wood because they're cold. Food is good. We're pushing 10,000 food. And so our focus on the next episode is heat and our merchants and getting our dock fully up and running. It's not just reeds. There's many, many things that we can do out of this dock system. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.